Right now on News 3 Live at 6, the clock is ticking. We're 3 hours away from a probable government shutdown.
Live, streaming, and on the News 3 app. This is News 3.
Let's start with Will Silverstein, who has a breakdown on why we are in this current situation.
A federal government shutdown is growing closer and closer, and that means that some people won't get paid for the important work that they do for this country. So how do we get into this mess? Well, Democrats and Republicans cannot seem to agree on how to fund the government. So now how do we get out?
It has to be a law passed by Congress, signed by the president. And if that law is not passed, then the federal government does not have the money to do all of the things that it's supposed to.
That's political science professor Keith Smith. He says members of both parties are looking for a long-term deal. But if they can't find that, they're going to go for a CR or a continuing resolution. So what exactly is that?
Short-run spending bills that give the government money for a short period of time while Congress and the president negotiate and try and figure out what the actual levels of spending are going to be.
Both a CR and a full deal have one problem: the Senate filibuster.
You have to overcome the filibuster, which is 60 votes, and you need to therefore have some Democratic senators vote to advance the bill.
That would be 7 Democratic senators that would have to jump ship and join Republicans, but members of both parties in both chambers are pretty set in their ways. Take a listen to this from Nevada Democratic Congressman Stephen Orsford.
Let's work together to cancel the cuts, to lower the cost on everyday goods and expenses, and let's save health care and make sure that we meet our responsibilities to fund the government.
Republicans think shutting down the government could be a good thing if it's on the principles and promises that President Donald Trump ran on in 2024, and if it prevents a return to Biden-era policy.
The more that they spread the message that the Democrats are going to shut down the government to provide health care benefits for people that are here illegally, that they want to refund left-wing media in the terms of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and they want to make quote-unquote temporary COVID spending restrictions permanent. I don't think that those are going to play well with the American public.
With both sides holding firm, there seems to be little room to negotiate. Former congressional staffer Tal Eslick says that can be a problem when trying to reach a solution.
We've gotten even more divided, it seems, and I think we, as a result, get government that is unable to do the very basic things that you would do in your household.
Dana, it's good to be with you this evening. One of those simple things that you would do in your household is household budgeting. This, of course, the ultimate version of that. And it's something that we've come to expect each year when it becomes fall, the changing weather, postseason baseball, and unfortunately, government shutdowns.
Yeah, I know. We talk about it all too often, don't we? So, Will, we know that every member of the House of Representatives is up for election next year, a third of the U.S. Senate. Does that play a role in this shutdown and how these members of Congress are going to vote on the Hill?
It's believed to play a huge role in how people will vote on Capitol Hill when we think about just how slim a majority there is in the House. We go back to 2010. If you go back to Obamacare, that area in the first President Obama term, you had a massive shift. Some seats that you wouldn't have even expected that shifted. Same thing happened in 2018 during President Trump's first term, and of course during the most recent shutdown time as well. And there's a little bit of interest because it seems to favor, as far as the Senate seats are concerned, Republicans picking up seats, but at the same time it's also a year where there's the resistance pickups, where usually the party that's not in power starts to make some gains as well, even though the seats may be favorable for Republicans trying to pick up seats in places like Minnesota and Michigan. Democrats looking to do the opposite in places like North Carolina. It's going to be very fascinating to see what happens and how long voters' memories are going to be if the government is shut down for a significant period of time. People don't get paid. If that's a family member, if that's a friend, that's something that people don't forget.
Right. And who are they going to blame? I mean, who are voters going to blame for the shutdown? Are they going to blame the Democrats or are they going to blame the Republicans? We'll find out soon enough. Will, thank you. We appreciate that.